Hey, my name is May Like the Month, and today we're going to be talking about tattoos. I put a little Instagram story asking you guys to ask me any question about my tattoos, and I probably got around 200 responses, which is insane, and I thank you so much for that. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get to all 200 today, but if you want to see a part 2, please let me know and I will film that for you guys next week. A quick little summary about who I am. My name is May, like the month, and I've been getting tattoos for probably close to 6 years. Total tattoos on my body, I have close to 70. I genuinely have lost count, and my body is completely symmetrical, so what you see on one side of my body you will see on the other side. Alright, let's hop into the questions. First question, why did I choose to have symmetrical tattoos? I didn't really go into my whole tattoo journey thinking, oh yeah, all my tattoos are gonna be symmetrical. My first tattoo was on the center of my stomach. I really enjoyed how centered it was and how balanced I felt, but I didn't really think much of it until I got my second tattoo, where it was a Bridget Riley inspired piece on my arm. This guy right here. I got one of them done and I walked out and it healed, and the more I looked at my body I was like, oh, I feel a little bit heavier on one side, so I decided to get it on the other side again to balance myself out, and it just kept on going. After my second tattoo and realizing, okay, I like the idea of being balanced, is when I started becoming symmetrical and fully committing to that. What was your best tattoo experience? I don't really have a best. I feel like my best tattoo experience is when it's done. Getting tattooed is not fun. Getting tattooed is painful. It's not a great experience for me, through and through. I have amazing tattoo artists that I go to. I will link them down below for you to go check them out. They are my close friends now, and they really, truly believe on my aesthetic and what I want to get, so putting full trust in them, it just makes for a really great tattoo experience all around. But I will have to say my best tattoo experience is when it's over. What are you thinking of getting next? So I am quite impulsive when it comes to my tattoo choices. I don't really know what I'm going to get next until the day of. For example, I put a temporary tattoo on my neck and then I got my neck tattooed the exact same day. What I'm aiming for right now is just to fill in the gaps. My arm, I got a crying heart right here recently. It's still healing up, but it just feels more complete. So taking a look at my arm, I could probably see myself getting something here next. I am really dreading getting my legs done. For me, my legs are the most painful part of my body, and getting my panthers done on my stomach, I got a taste of what the ribs would be like, and I don't want anything to do with it. So I think I'm gonna get something on my arm next because I am a wuss, and I will not get my legs or my ribs done until the very last moment. Have I ever gotten a hand poke tattoo? Yep, I have a couple. I have teeth done on my wrist and then small leaves around my knees. My most notable hand poke tattoo is definitely my face tattoo. Not sure if you can see it. It's done with white ink from one of my good friends, Melina, at Hand Pushed. I love getting hand poke tattoos. It's quite an intimate experience, and I don't know. It gives me a appreciation for all different techniques of tattooing. Is there one place on your body that you for sure won't get tattooed? If so, why not? Oh, that's such a good question. I know eventually I will do my ribs and my legs, but as for if there's one place for sure on my body that won't get tattooed, okay, thinking about it, I don't think I'll get the center of my face tattooed in black, like black ink. I have contemplated it quite a bit. People ask me all the time if I would ever get a face tattoo. I think this is the most face tattoo I'll ever get. I don't see myself having big pieces of black or color or gray on my face. It's just not my thing. And looking at myself, of course, me 10 years later is gonna be completely different than me now, but me now looking into 10 years, I don't think I will ever get a face tattoo. What tattoo was the most painful to get? One thing I realized is that there's different pains on your body. So for example, my head, it felt more like a paper cut, when on my stomach or my butt, it felt more like a dull, aching pain. The most painful so far is definitely either my head or the panthers on my stomach. Panthers on my stomach, I've never experienced anything like that before. I was wriggling around, I was just being a complete wuss, complaining all the time. Didn't sit like a rock. I don't know how people can do that. That's absolutely mental. And with my head, it was really disorienting. All you can hear is the machine going into your head. There's no music to distract you. You can't really talk to anybody. Your head's down the entire time. It's just you and your thoughts. So that was quite difficult to experience as well. So I have to say, head and my stomach. What makes the experience of getting a tattoo pleasant/unpleasant? Placement has to definitely do something with how pleasant the tattoo experience is. I find that I have the best time when the tattoo is either on like my arms or my chest, where I can like lie down, check my phone, look around, distract myself with the ceiling, talk to people around you. That's probably my most pleasant experience. What makes an experience unpleasant for me is basically like the ambiance around me. I've been tattooed a couple of times where there's just so many bodies in the shop, and you know, people are curious and that's totally fine. But one particular moment that I remember when I was getting my butt tattooed was just like a crowd of guys that were there to get like a piercing. They were just coming over and just like looking at my butt, and I was just felt so like, ugh. It didn't feel great. Thank God my tattoo artist was really kind and he was just like, guys, get the fuck out. I feel when I'm uncomfortable, that makes the tattoo experience unpleasant, and just prying eyes or strangers just like crowded around me, it just doesn't make me feel good. Do you plan on covering the majority of your body? Yes. I want to get completely tattooed, head to toe, minus the face. I'm excited to see what I will look like when my whole body is tattooed. I'm definitely taking my time. I'm not in a rush. My goal at the end of the day is not to have my full body covered. It's just, yeah, it's an experience. And you know, 70 tattoos in 6 years, that's quite a lot. So we'll see in another 6 years where I'll be. How do you describe the style of tattoos that you get? I don't think that my style, this is gonna sound so like I'm not like other girls, but I don't see a style that fits directly to who I am. I've been described as ignorant style, Berlin style, disruptive tattooing is another term that's been put towards me. Really don't mind those terms. I think those terms are really neato, and when I see those pages that repost me that are of that particular style, I'm like, hey, yeah, like I definitely see some correlation. I think the best way to describe my tattoos was coined by my mom. She told me that I look like a fridge with a bunch of magnets on it, so I've just been sticking with that ever since. How much do you think you've spent in total on your tattoos? Oh man. I will tell you right off the bat that tattoos are an investment and they are a luxury and definitely a privilege to get. I always say that invest in yourself and invest in your artists. These pieces will stay on you for the rest of your life. I never feel bad paying for a good tattoo. Never. No regrets. As long as my artist is happy and as long as I'm happy with the work that's been done, what else can you do? That being said, in total, I will have to ballpark it around probably the $15,000 range for all my tattoos. Is that a little much? No, definitely it's for sure in the 5-figure range. Yeah, I would say anywhere between $10,000 to $15,000. No regrets. As you have symmetrical tattoos, did you always get both done on the same day? Originally, I didn't, but that was my very, very first one. Now I will always get them done on the same day. I just, in my head, I'm like, just get this over with. It's gonna suck, but you'll have both done and that's it. The second one always hurts more than the first. I don't know why, it's probably because the adrenaline and my body is just completely evaporated after the first one. It doesn't matter which side I choose first. They both hurt. The second one just hurts a little more, but I will get them done on the same day in the same session. Do I have any regrets? As for tattoo regrets, I only have one, and this goes back to research your artist, invest in good pieces, and make sure that you're happy with it. I got this tattoo when I was still like, I think 19, 20, didn't know much about tattooing, didn't know jack about artists, and I didn't have my voice back then, where now I can, say, oh, can you add a little bit more here? Can you move this guy up? I didn't have my voice, I wasn't very confident, so I just let my tattoo artist do whatever they wanted. It's these guys right here. They're supposed to be lavender. I think it looks like wheat. I personally don't mind it. I definitely have plans in the future to extend this guy more back here, or turn him into like tacky angel wings or something like that. I think that would be pretty cute, in my opinion. I definitely regret those guys, but it was a learning experience, so, water off a duck's back. As for tattoos in general, I always think from time to time, like, would I have better luck in like the corporate professional job market if I had no tattoos? Probably. Did I close a couple doors because I have these crazy tattoos? Yeah. But have a lot of doors opened up because of how I look? Absolutely. I know for a fact that I wouldn't be able to have as many opportunities in terms of modeling, shoots, having an audience on Instagram if I didn't look the way I did, and I wouldn't feel like myself if I didn't have this amount of tattoos. I feel most like myself when I have no hair and all these tattoos. I feel like me. And on that hand, I feel like everybody else. Whenever I look at other people, I was just like, I'm just one of the guys. I'm just here chilling, and it makes me sad to think that people see me as an outcast, or that I'm, like a cry for help, but that's not the case at all. I just look a little different, and that's okay. I know at the end of the day that person that judges me, we probably have something in common. I just hope one day that, there's more people that are super tattooed that are just accepted. That's it. Those are some of the questions that you guys sent to me. Again, if you want me to talk a little bit more about my tattoos or answer some more of your questions, I can definitely do a part 2. Let a girl know. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I hope you guys have a great day. Truly. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.